Okay, we're gonna talk about something weird today, I guess. We're gonna be talking about UFOs, a weird topic. Me, I've always been told from a young age that I came from a spaceship. I was born from a UFO, I was dropped down to Earth, and I'm basically an alien. And I believe it, man. I believe it. I came from a flying saucer, and yeah, that's where I come from, man. You're gonna have to accept that. So, why are we talking about UFOs? It's just a different topic today. I don't know what to talk about. There's not too many cool words that start with the letter U. So, UFO is what I looked up on Google. We're talking about aliens. We're talking about supernatural beasts. We're talking about extraterrestrial beings. Talking about the spirit. Talking about the Bible. Okay? Where does it all play part? Where does every piece fit in to the puzzle? So it's gonna be a little weird one. You're probably not gonna like this video, but hey, I'm gonna make it. I don't care. We're talking about UFOs. What is this? What are aliens? So there's the typical. You got the grays, man. Those grays, you see them doing experiments, doing probing and stuff. What is it? Abducting humans and performing different rituals on them. I've even had dreams, friends who've had dreams, siblings who've had dreams of being abducted and getting taken advantage of by these supernatural beings. And that one's been real popular around everywhere. Everyone knows about the Greys, okay? Next we have the Animorphs, the Reptilians, those supernatural, those urban legends like Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, something like that. And the reptilians, more commonly. The reptilians, those are a common species here on Earth. They're high in politics. Lots of reptilians in politics. And in, And in the business world, there's plenty of different reptilian creatures in higher up corporate positions. They're deeply intertwined in our society. They mainly sit at the top and control us like little livestock. And the last one are polytheistic gods. These are the gods of old, the different Hindu gods, those different beings you see in Hinduism. And, you see Zeus, you see all the Greek ancient gods, all the different spiritual energies that the ancient Egyptians were worshiping. Those are alien beings. Polytheistic gods. These are aliens who have higher intelligence than us, who have better perception of the different sort of energies around us that we can't perceive as humans in a third dimension. They have superior anatomy, okay? And they're able to phase in and out of multiple dimensions, okay? Maybe the reptilians, I don't know. But basically, what they're trying to do is what we treat animals like. How we've domesticated animals. So since we are the highest intelligence on Earth, we are able to craft buildings, we're able to make tools, we're able to do all these different kind of things. Like this screwdriver would not be possible. The arrangement of the plastic, the arrangement of the metal, and the little magnetic tip at the top. This would all not be possible if it weren't for our intellect and our human intelligence, our superior intelligence to animals. And so, what have we done to animals with our superior intelligence? We have totally domesticated them. We trap them in cages. We take over their natural habitats. We terraform their rivers. We terraform different plots of land that they go on. We're able to manipulate their populations. We can harvest them for food, harvest them for energy, for our physical bodies. And that's how we've taken advantage of animals to grow our society, to grow our human world, and to grow the human race and the population. And so basically, what we're doing to animals, think about it like cows. The aliens are treating humans like livestock. They're feeding off our spiritual energy. We as humans have a divine link to God, the almighty singular creator, the one who created the sine wave, the one who created mathematics, the one who created numbers, quantity. Through our spirit, we have a direct link to him. He created numbers, he created quantity. And these spiritual aliens, they do not have access to the singular God like we do through a soul. They don't have any souls. Okay, they are soulless beings. They are multi-dimensional bugs. They're super intelligent bugs, basically. That's what aliens are, to me at least. And so they're harvesting the negative energy. They're turning our divine energy and they're converting it into lower vibrational energy so that they can harvest and consume it and feel good, just like we do, and give themselves power. And these alien beings are all part of a pyramid. Think of a pyramid, man. I'm going to put my mic down. Okay, here we go. Think of a pyramid with at the top, can we get this? So this is the top, okay? The lowest beings on this pyramid, this alien pyramid, are going to be like imps, you know, the different elves. You see the elves during those acid trips or whatever. You see the elves. The elves are the lowest hanging fruit, the electrons. They are very low. Then you have, I guess, just parasites down there too. It goes all the way up. There's different tiers. You get those, the grays, the animorphs, and the polytheistic gods. They all rank somewhere in between. Okay, I don't know exactly where because I'm not a pro at this. And then at the top of the pyramid, you have Satan. You have the devil. You have the opposite of the singular creator. He has all of the powers over this multidimensional being. He has full dominion over the terrain that the Almighty Father has created because he is the opposite. But he's not capable of creating quantity like the Almighty Father. Okay, so Satan sits at the top of the pyramid. And these aliens are just somewhere in between, okay? They're like bugs. They're like insects, all right? And that brings to question, are UFOs real? That is almost definitely a yes, but they're not quite what we think they are, okay? In my opinion. Maybe these UFOs are still just multi-dimensional energies phasing in and out of our, reality, our third dimension. Because you think about it, you've seen videos like how a two-dimensional person would perceive a three-dimensional object traveling through its plane. So imagine this. Okay, let's write this down. Okay, so let's show you this. Okay, we're going to start here. That's where we start. There's our ball. Okay, this is a two-dimensional space. So Mr. Ball, this is how he perceives a three-dimensional object going through his reality. So it starts off small. It will continue to grow larger. Okay, and then once it reaches the middle of the ball and it keeps rolling, it'll grow smaller back to its original size or even disappear. And this is the plane he's able to perceive. He's only able to perceive the second dimension, okay? And that's what we would see in the third dimension. The ball would be rolling through a 2D plane, and he would only perceive these objects right here. So basically, UFOs could be that kind of thing for us, okay? I don't know if it's real. Who knows what UFOs are? Because in reality, it doesn't really matter because their technology is way far superior than what we can even perceive. And trying to argue if it's real or not is just kind of pointless because they would definitely have it by now, okay? And lastly, so I believe the UFOs are real. What do I think? What do I think about if these things are true and these beings exist, and why haven't we figured out what to do with them? Why haven't we realized what's going to really happen with the Earth and the planets and our society? Okay? What do I think? Since we're being harvested, it's going to be an interesting cycle that we see coming in the future. Okay? It's going to be one of suffering, one of great spiritual testing, and I believe they're going to try to usher in the discovery. They already know about it. It's already been known for a long time. They're trying to keep it a secret. The discovery of aliens and the attack and invasion, I guess, of our planet would cause us to try to form a band between all the different countries and all the different people to combat an alien abduction or alien attack. But in reality, it's going to be a psychological operation. This psychological operation is going to make people panic. It's going to crash the global economy. The trade we have in the world right now, the trade system that is perfectly functioning and keeping everyone happy, even though there is probably a lot of corruption through our financial and economic system, that system functioning right now will completely cease to function for at least a year. Okay, there's going to be a lot of turmoil. It's going to be crazy. We're not going to know what to do, and there might be chaos. But at the end of it, they're going to implement a new world order. There's going to try to implement a new world order where we are ruled by an AI governance, not overlord, but they're going to turn to AI to govern this new society, and it's going to be one of depopulation. They're going to depopulate the earth, and the global elite and the aliens and the transhumanists who try to evolve their biology through technology, they are going to weed out all the people who aren't going to submit to this corrupt society and transhumanist movement. That's what's going to happen, okay? Well, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope we're smart enough to not believe the lies, not believe what we see, and only see with our third eye, our intuition, our imagination, not believe the crap. But people aren't very bright, okay? Only 5% can see through the lies. Most people are deceived by what they see. They're deceived by the people around them. They follow like sheep. They're like livestock, and they know this. Everyone knows this. Everyone higher up in the world, we've been getting manipulated and taken advantage of, and our energy has been getting harvested for so long. Every time you open TikTok, every time you scroll for hours, you're getting harvested. You're literally like a crop. You're a literal livestock for these supernatural beings. They're feeding off your spiritual energy, and they're going to depopulate because, yeah, that's just how it is. But that's what I think. These beings have no actual authority over our lives. They only have authority through our governments that try to deceive us. They only have authority through visual deception, what you see, what you hear, senses, the 5 senses, or whatever it's called. That's the only dominion they have control over us. If we can control our energy, if we can control our thoughts, and we can control our emotional stability, and we can control our emotions, they're powerless. They have no power. If we can stand our ground as people, there will be no chance, there's no chance for them to implement this system and try to create a new polytheistic, devil-worshipping cult society. But we'll see. Are people bright enough to form together and cooperate? Or do we have too much separation and too much turmoil, and people are so closed-minded to think for themselves? Is that the future we're headed to? I don't know. But we're going to see where it ends up. I'm not going to stress out about it. I'm going to grow every day. I'm going to make it to the spiritual world with the one divine creator, the one who created quantity, the one who is linked to our souls. It's the one Almighty Father, the creator of everything, electrons. Okay, thanks for watching. Yeah, we're going to just keep going. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you enjoyed. Peace out.